Hi you guys, welcome back. My name is Carrie Penny. I am the Happy Crafty Homemaker and welcome to Show and Tell. I think 210, but who knows. So I'm filming a little bit early again this week. I was not quite prepared to be filming, but I had to go get my ears lowered. And I figured, well, I may as well, since that was an early appointment, it's like I may as well work out, take a shower, do my hair and do my makeup. She's going to do my hair and then I'll go ahead and film. So this is one of those, I had to get dressed anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and film, but I'm also filming because nothing I've done this week, well, I don't want to say nothing, but almost everything I've done this week, not so good. Not so good. So, first off, I do have stuff to share with you. I did film a clip from the paper crafting room and we will snip that in there at the appropriate time. But yeah, let's So Monday, I decided, all right, before I get to working out and everything, I've got some time. I want to get into the paper room. I want to do some making. I'm enjoying these folios, so why don't I pull a special paper pack out? You know, something I've been holding on to, something that I really love. Let me tell you guys. So the first folios that I made, that I shared, I like the paper pack, but it wasn't something that I was like absolutely, in love with or anything. It was just cute. It was pretty. And I figured they would make good folios. And if it failed, I didn't have personal attachment to this cardstock or anything. I miscut some. We ended up having to make cards, which I ended up, what should have been like 10 cards. I ended up with 39 cards because of where I screwed up. And that's why I have this here, because I was going to use these to introduce that clip. But, it happens. It's just paper. It's not a big deal. So I came up here Monday and was like, I'm going to use this Doodlebug Soap Honey paper. It's from like 2017. I've been holding on to it because it's so cute. I really love the Doodlebug stuff from these last couple years. They've been really producing some really cute collections. And I'll end up with some of these collections because I find them on clearance somewhere. And it's like, oh, I love that. So why don't we get some of that? Or I need to buy something to make like birthday cards for my grandkids or something. So anyway, I pulled out the Soap Honey collection and I had the 6x6 paper pad. I have some enamel stickers. I mean, I've just kind of ended up with a bunch of stuff from this collection, but it's a Food Puns Valentine's collection. And it's adorable. And I was so excited. So I got to cutting. And I cut 4 folios. And as I was putting them together, I messed up 2. One I was able to salvage. One I was unable to salvage. So I want to talk to you guys about it's okay. But as much as I want to say it's okay, this was my favorite paper from this collection. And as you can tell, this was one of the failures. I love breakfast food. Breakfast food is my all-time favorite kind of food. And I was really super stoked about using this to make a folio for myself. But I put the paper on upside down. Now this could have been salvaged if I hadn't already put in my pocket. You can see where I tried to remove the pocket and broke through to the front. If you had this edge still untarnished, you would have seen where I tried to peel up the paper. Let me just tell you, my adhesive works brilliantly. I pulled the magnets out. I did salvage the magnets, but I was not very happy. And I'm still very sad. But this was important to share because I always tell you guys, It's okay. And it is okay. I have other cardstock I absolutely love. I have other Doodlebug cardstock that I absolutely love. Just because this didn't work out, I didn't stop making folios. I did stop for Monday though. I did not go back in there after that. I cut everything fine. I got everything scored fine. Putting together is when we hit failures. That's fine. That's fine. I continue to have failures though. I pulled out the bag of cheese from the refrigerator and spilled shredded mozzarella all over the floor. I broke some stuff by dropping it. And then yesterday, ironically, I had a migraine. I got that under control fairly quickly though. We had a storm front moving in and it was a weather-related migraine. But it's just like, you know, it's been a week. Mostly in the craft room area. Or stupid errors. But it's okay. It is okay. But we did have failures. And failures are important to show as well. Even if they're unrecoverable failures. It's okay. Anyway. This will go back in the trash can. But I still was able to make 3. Like I said to begin with, you should be able to make 4 folios from a 12 by 12 paper pack, like a scrapbooking kit thing. You should be able to make at least 4, if not more, folios from that. So my other little folios, and I will be holding on to this one for myself, but this is the other one that failed. But I was able to fix the failure. First off, I cut this one last. This is, I had a bunch of just heart papers. So this one is all heart cactus themed. And like I said, it was a Valentine's Day collection from 2017. So, and this is little yellow hearts. So anyway, this one is my little heart and cacti one. And somebody asked, after I replied to their comment about this, I made the folio. Like, this is 100% handmade. Everything but the legal pad is handmade. The tutorial that I linked, and I will link in this video also, May explains how to make the folio and then how to cover the folio. Like, this is all handmade. That's why when I did those other 3, I was telling you guys I was testing out different cardstock, because I wasn't quite sure what cardstock I wanted to use for these. I did stick with the Nina 110-pound solar white cardstock for these. Mostly because the background on the paper is all white. I do have some off-white Nina though. This one is the cola themed one. I sort of think you're cute. And I really love this with the soda. And I did ground it with a little piece of scrap there. This is a scrap from the piece that I'm keeping for myself. Little die cut. I mean, I have die cuts. I have stickers. I had the paper collection. I mean, I had a lot of stuff for this collection. And I'll still be able to make cards out of the 6x6 paper pad. And I've kept most of the die cuts, because most of the die cuts don't work for my purposes for these, because they were very lovey-dovey cutie things. And I was looking to make folios, not Valentine's Day cards. And on the back of those, it actually has like 2 from Valentine's. Anyway, I love the little licorice candies. It's one of those, I love the aesthetic. I don't love all sorts, which is what those little licorice candies are. I don't like cheap licorice. Now, there are good all sorts that are good licorice. But I'm very, very particular about my black licorice. And you can see like all the little things with candy. We have the sushi, the pancakes, the tea, the breakfast, the side, the sodas. But there we go. So I made 3 more folios, legal pad folios. I still want to make a photo journal. That this project was inspired by a photo album folio And I still want to go back and make the photo album folio. Not because I scrapbook that much, but because I just want to make it. So anyway, I am going to go ahead and drop in the clip of me finishing up the scraps from last week's video and the card making stuff. This is going to be a slightly longer show and tell because I do have other stuff in my basket I want to talk to you guys about. Okie dokie, my friendly artichokes. So, I just got done, well, I would say clearing my desk, but that's a lie. It's not really clear. It's just back to base disaster instead of mega in the middle of project disaster. Everything that had my desk trashed, with the exception of the 2 finished folios, is now contained right here. I haven't done a final count yet, but I figured we could do a walkthrough of these real quick in this format once again, because this did seem to go a lot better when I did this last time. So we do have all of these are completely finished. They're embellished. Some of them have stamped inside, some don't. Its coordinating envelope is present. So we have the first couple that we're using cut-aparts. I did end up using a significant portion of the sticker sheet, but not 100% of it. And I did use completely 2 packages of the enamel dots that I got it Tuesday morning eons ago that I never really liked that much, to be honest. They're Heidi Swap. They're really nice brand, but he thinks he's going to be able to get in all that, which is not possible. They're a really nice brand. Heidi Swap normally makes really, really amazing paper crafting things, but for some reason these stick great, but they look awkward on almost everything I've tried to put them on. No matter what combination I do it in, there's just something about the shape of them that's really weird. So these are still grouped by the same card sketches I shared with y'all when we did. Sorry, that's me getting my hand bunted. Yes, Pippin, everybody loves your cheeks. Everybody loves the Pippin cheeks. It's almost his dinner snack time, bedtime snack thing. And then I started talking, and he's like, give me tensions. I wouldn't be surprised if you see a Banner fluff tail run through here. Anyway, these are all using the same. I ended up using all Call Me Crafty Owl or just like using cut apart. So all the sketches basically were from Call Me Crafty Owl. And I shared all those in the previous video where we did a walkthrough of what I'd been doing at the desk. Some of these I really, really love, and some of these I'm like, it's all right. Like this one, I love how it turned out, except I wish I'd put those 2 diamonds rotated 90 degrees. I don't know why I didn't, but I didn't. Hopefully I will have remembered to take count of these and have shared that before we came in here, or I have it up on the screen. But I have a nice combination. A lot of these are note cards or they're blank on the inside. And I also got quite a few just like generic thank you cards, which recently I've needed a lot of thank you cards. So, and I need to do better at getting them sent out now that I have more of them again. I did remember to pull out my doilies, and then I only used them on like 2 cards. They're Doodlebug doilies that I got on like a clearance deal. Another really, really good brand. It's just a product I don't think to grab all the time. Get this next group out. My fingies are getting tired. I really like how this one turned out. I really went off sketch for some of these, trying to use the stickers because the stickers were really cute. I also pulled in some of the cut aparts I had left over from other card kits that kind of matched this and coordinated to it a little bit. That one didn't work out wholly perfectly. Like this one, I wish I hadn't put the enamel dots on it and had just left it alone. Because once again, it's the way the dimension sits on it. You can see where it kind of, I don't know, they just never look right to me. It's the weirdest thing. Now these turned out so stinking cool. So these are the weird ones. Pippin, honey, can you please just pop down? Can you off the desk, please, honey? Thank you. He's not supposed to be up here in the first place, and he knows that. So I rarely do weird cards, like weird bases. And it's just because it's a lot more cutting. But these turned out so stinking cute. And the backing cardstock here is from before I started paper crafting. I got that paper pack to do a specific project. And like that was just like my only scrapbooking paper for like 15 years. And then I started paper crafting. And I've almost never... I've got a lot of it cut up into bases. I know what I did. I made Christmas ornaments with half the package. Or half the pad. Like this one's a lacy. Anyway, I think these turned out really, really cute. They are a little bit more work, but I need to make sure I come back to that one, especially for like some of the Christmas scraps I end up with. Don't worry, we're almost done. Next round, these are thank you cards. This is one of the newer sketches. I've never done this one before, and I really like how this one turned out too for the most part. Especially because these are all literally giblets. And like I said, either last week or it was 2 weeks ago, I messed up cutting one of the folios. So I ended up with like twice the amount of scraps I should have because I messed up. These are the last two A2 size cards, and I just left these plain because I think they're pretty the way they are. I didn't even add enamel dots onto this one or stickers or anything else. I just think they're pretty the way they are. So these are just straight plain note cards. Sorry. Doing this one-handed. It would have probably been easier if I grabbed one of my camera stands, but you guys know how I am. So these are A7 size cards. These use larger hunks. You can see what I mean. Like I really would not have had the amount of scraps I had if I had not messed up, because I had enough scraps to do, big scraps, to do 5x7 cards. This one almost ended up in disaster because I originally put this down upside down and I had to pull it up. I really wish I had not done anything to the front of this one. I really love that hot air balloon pattern paper, and it looks fine. I wanted to stay tone on tone just because I did not want to distract from the paper. But I kind of wish I had just left it plain. Now, I did like how this one turned out just nice and simple with the little Elizabeth Crafts dots. I have mixed feelings about that sentiment. Well, yes, happiness is one of the best beauty tools out there. And then the other one of these, I added a couple enamel dots to it. Or not enamel dots, they're stickers. And just left it plain. So there we go. That is all my cards for my scraps for making folios from the Echo Park Just Be You paper pack. These are the leftover stickers. And the scraps actually fit in the palm of my hand. I put them in a box. We'll see what kind of scraps I have left over at the end of the year to do some like mixed scrap cards. But other than that, like literally they... were just bits that fit in the palm of my hand. So I did use the most maximum, like, look at this. I've got the box right here. Why am I just telling you about this? So this is from the 6x6 paper pad that I used back at the end of the year. And the scraps from this paper pad. And those long pink polka dot strips are not the ones from this paper pad. That's all I have left. From one 6x6 paper pad and one 12x12 scrapbook kit. That's all the scrap I have. And so there were a couple other scraps that got thrown in there while I was cleaning. But anyway. Sehr done. Okie me dokie already my chukti. So, other things I've been working on. Primarily, I have been working on my No Shades of Grey project. So first off, I wanted to share this. This is the Summer Fling Shawl, I believe, by Mignon Crochet. Oh, this is the front. Hands work. So I told you guys I really wanted to do something open and lacy. This almost breaks the rule for the No Shades of Grey make along. This is sponsored by Hobie. Hobie did send me the yarn for these two projects, but we have another video talking about that. But this is the cake, and it's supposed to be all not dreary grays, blacks, dark blues. However, I specifically wanted this one because it makes me think of those really hot summer days where the sky is really blue and you have like some wisp of clouds that kind of like peek around, but you end up right before dusk, the sky at the horizon will start to deepen to like this color. There's no color in the sky because there are no clouds for the light to reflect off. There's no moisture for the light to reflect off of. So you don't get those colorful, beautiful sunsets. It just kind of grows dark. But those days are so cool because those are, especially like if you're up in the mountains, when you have the nights that do that, it means, yeah, it might be 100 degrees in the daytime and you're roasting and getting all tan on the lake or the river or whatever. And then as the evening rolls in, the night skies that kind of look like this are the ones where, because there's no cloud cover, the heat just kind of evaporates off the night. And by the end of the night, you have that like chill to the air. It's a very tangible thing to me in my mind what this sky looks like and what that means. So I did want to kind of brush up against the edge of the rules just a little bit, but I specifically wanted a lacy shawl for that. So I have completed section 1 and I am on section 2. And I'm not sure what variant I'm going to do yet. I don't have to make that decision until the end of section 3. But this is using my Clover Amour E-hook. And this is a fingering weight. This is the cashmere. It's cashmere something. And of course I don't have my ball band because I just pulled the little box out. I don't have my clipboard with the pattern or anything else. But anyway. Go check out the original No Shades of Grey video if you are interested in knowing more about the yarn, or come check us out next month when we'll be talking about our finished makes. I need a place to set this. Well, I don't start knocking things over. So the other thing I've been working on, and this is far more thinking, which right now is something I need. I need a thinking project where I have to like kind of pay attention to what I'm doing. And it's been really fun because I did watch a little 8-episode Netflix show. It's called Red Rose. Teen thriller, but actually halfway decent. Not a hack'em slash'em horror movie. It definitely did kind of take like thriller horror turns in it. Fun watch if you're just sitting there wanting to watch something that's a little indulgent. It's not super serious or anything. I enjoyed it, but it's on Netflix. Red Rose. I enjoyed it. I thought it was fun. I've said it before. I love horror, but I'm really more into the thriller side of it. That definitely worked. By the way, we finished Reacher. We're caught up season 2. I did not like the way season 2 started off, but I did enjoy how it ended. And Troy kept calling the villain the T2, and I kept calling him Agent Doggett the entire time. So if you had walked into our house with us talking about the show at all, you would have been very confused about what we were talking about. But we really enjoyed it. We ended up rolling with season 2 just fine. It did get off to a slightly drier start than the first season did. So if you had followed along during Vlogmas when we started watching Reacher, now you know what we thought of the end of season 2. Have not read the books. Probably won't read the books. But if you're a reader and want to listen to them or read them, by all means, read them first. And then did not watch the Tom Cruise movie. No interest in that. But anyway, while I was watching Red Rose, this is the Stephen West shawl I've been working on. And of course, I did not bring up my pattern for this either. But I have not done cables in a really long time. And it's hilarious that I chose this because for my Christmas Eve cast-on box from Hypnotic Yarn, the pattern I picked for that yarn, I have not started yet. However, that also has cables. So I guess this year is just getting started off with Carrie likes cables, or Carrie wants to do cables, or Carrie needs texture. I don't know. But it's funny. I haven't worked cables in a long time. There's no reason I haven't other than just I haven't. So cable pattern. I absolutely love this section. I messed up my twisted rib, but that's okay. It blends in. It doesn't matter. And now I am working on the honeycomb cable section. So I do still have ends to weave in. I'm trying to kind of start weaving in as I go just a little bit, even if it's just the first pass, to get my ends away. As always, I tell you guys, if you're worried you're going to mess it up and have to frog, put in a lifeline. I do need to go ahead and put in another lifeline before I move on to the next row, because the next row is the next cable row. That'll be the third cable row. So I do need to put in a new lifeline just because I'm good right now. I don't want to have to frog past this point. But if you're doing lace or doing cables or doing something you feel insecure with being able to fix, put in a lifeline. That way you can frog back to that spot. Your stitches will be on your lifeline, and then you can slip your needle back in and pick your stitches back up and work from there again. Life-saving tool. Life-saving tool. So those are really the two yarn projects that have kind of absorbed my time recently. I did, and we will talk about this on Saturday, I got it down to 4 projects that I'm going to kind of focus on for my UFO WIPs goal this year. But we'll talk about those on Saturday. I did make some purchases, and I wanted to share those real quick. And after that, I think that's all I've got. And by the time I put these 3 clips all together, it looks like we're going to be like 40 minutes in. So, you know, it's just going to be a long chitty chat video because I made 39 cards and I wanted to share those with you. So first off, because of some of the goals that I have for this year, and I think this will help me actually get some of the other ones made that I want to, I did go ahead and get a sock measurer. Now, I did not get the one that has shoe sizes. I've got the one that has foot length measurements on it. So it's got centimeters and it's got inches on it. I have a chart on my phone that actually tells me the foot length for each shoe size, but my foot size is actually between an 8 and an 8.5. I primarily just make socks for myself. So I have a wide foot with an extra high arch, and depending on the fit of the shoe, I either wear an 8 or an 8.5. So I do not want to follow a measurement that is for the shoe size strictly. So I did opt to get the one that just has inches and centimeters. It does have, because this is for socks, your smaller needle size gauge on here, and it's laser etched with the Kitchener stitch. So this is from Laser by J, right? Laser by J on Etsy. If you're already in the UK, congratulations, they're local to you. I had to wait 2 weeks for this to get here. And then they also sent a very cute little sheepity-deepity keychain. So I'm going to take this downstairs and put this, well, actually, once again, we'll talk more about this on Saturday, but I'm going to put this in the same place I'm going to put some of the stuff we'll talk about. This is the whole reason I went on Etsy, though, was to get this. Swaffham, England. That's a new one for me. All right. Lodge Cottage, Ivy Todd, Necton, Swaffham, England. That's a lot of words that sound made up, drawn together. I suppose, though, you know, look at a map of England. As an American, look at a map of England. Granted, trust me, I understand, especially when you get into like the northern states here. There's some questionable things there. Oh, and driving around Montreal was also, or Quebec. We drove up into Montreal from Vermont and came down through the Adirondacks through New York State. There's some, we spent a long weekend in Montreal and then came back to Vermont through across Lake Champlain. There's also some fun ones there. Definitely some fun place names there. So anyway, the other thing I did is I made another order from Precious Knits. Getting some more skein coats. I could not pass up this little guy. Many of you guys will be aware of the fact that I have a total utter obsession with mushrooms, especially the more 70s they look, the better they are. I have some fall themed yarns that I also want to use this year, so kind of perfect. I got something to put into our giveaway box for the Spook Your Spring Make-Along. I do plan on hosting that again in May this year. This will be the third Spook Your Spring Make-Along. I also got myself a super cute little gingerbread because I thought it was adorable. So that will go with my holiday skein coats, as I'm just developing a collection for the holidays. I have a couple Halloween ones now too. So. And then I also got lemons because I thought they were really cute. This actually reminds me of a fabric that IKEA had many years ago that I could not get yardage of to save my life. And at the time, I really wanted this to be a set of curtains. And I could not get my hands on the fabric, and I couldn't find one I liked. I liked the almost like doodled lemons and then the watercolor outside the line kind of detail thing. So anyway, that's what I ordered. I will leave both Etsy sites linked down below. Precious Knits, though, does appear to have their own website. So I'll try to remember to link probably her website, because I don't think she pays as much to a hosting service for that as she does for Etsy. Anyway. We don't always have to say the things we're thinking. Anyway. So yeah, that is my basket of goodies for this week. I hope y'all have had a wonderful, fantastic week. I look forward to seeing you guys real soon. Just in contrast, just bear with me for 5 seconds before I click off on this. It was 20 degrees last week. And not just our lows. We had like the high one day ended up only getting to 28 degrees here. It is almost 70 degrees today and raining. It's a little sticky. It's not really hot. It's just the air is very sticky. Welcome to South Carolina. Anyway, I love you guys. I will see you on Saturday. Bye, guys.